Hello. Test. Who are you? Are you what you eat? Are you who you say your parents are? Are you who you surround yourself with? But seriously, who are you? This is the question most of us still struggle to answer regardless of our age, today, yesterday, and probably will remain the same in the future. And if you ask me this question, I would say I might think I know the answer now, but the truth is I'm still figuring it out amongst us. And because we're not meant to be fixed concepts that are stuck in time. We're meant to be changing and evolving in a way that serves the bestest versions of ourselves. An emphasis on serving the best versions of ourselves and not the best version of somebody else. In all seriousness, finding yourself is really important. Building your own stance, voicing it, customizing your own character, it's all a part of what it means to be yourself. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. It's an overused, overheard saying that you hear all the time from parents, teachers, friends, literally everyone, but do you actually understand what it's demanding of you? So let's ask ourselves this question. What does it truly mean to be our most authentic selves? Being yourself means expressing yourself when it's societally punishable, controversial, inconvenient, disadvantageous, and doing things for you and staying devotional and firm in who you are as a person, as a risk of provoking other people. People are gonna say you're cringe, people are gonna say you're embarrassing, you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. And this is an uncomfortable truth. Most people are very uncomfortable to face. And this is why being yourself is incredibly hard. Harder than it actually sounds. You see, society has a lot of expectations that are pushed upon you. Be conformative at a cost of betraying yourself. You're not going to be liked by everybody that you encounter in life, and this is an uncomfortable truth. And being yourself also means that you're refusing to be the version of yourself somebody else created in their heads out of their own convenience and saying, hey, I don't want to be the version that you created in your head because that's convenient for you, and rather saying, I want to be me. Well, it also means you're giving up advantages, privileges, opportunities, benefits that you're going to gain that if you wear conformative rather than yourself. And this is why it's a really hard thing to do, because you don't have control over in a lot of settings, and this is why it takes a lot of courage. Now, let me emphasize on this matter that I have previously aforementioned. Finding yourself is important. Why? Because building your own character and customizing it, you can't really get there if you don't attempt to find your own voice. If you don't attempt to find out who you truly are instead of living in the shadows of other people. So, step one, find yourself and be confident in the commentaries that you found the form. Because why do I say this, that you may ask? Because I know you're gonna want to ask me this question, but Autumn, what if I'm literally good for nothing? I don't wanna do anything. I wanna stay at home all day. I have no motivation for anything, but this is who I am. So what do? Do I just be myself? The answer to that is kind of simple. Change. Because again, let me emphasize on this. We are not meant to be fixed concepts. We're not meant to stay the same all the time. And this is where finding yourself is important, and the importance of it really comes in. Because if you find yourself, if you truly do, you're going to be faced with a lot of uncomfortable truths, and a lot of facts that you may or you may not like within you. And if you are getting comfortable to face the truth and accept you for who you truly are in the moment, you can face it, you can work through it, and you can change for the better and serve the bestest versions of yourself. Why I say versions? Because the concept of the best version of yourself is also constantly changing with time, constantly changing with you. And this is why it's really important. You are not a fixed concept. And I will emphasize it again, you're not a fixed concept. You're changing and growing, and being yourself simply means doing things for you and doing things not to please other people. So, in summary, what I just said, if you feel like being yourself means being stuck in a negative cycle, don't hate yourself. Don't start with the self-hate. Accept it. You own it. You don't settle for it. But you work through each of the 1 problems, 2 problems, 3 problems that you may identify within you and be comfortable with it. If you're refusing to accept it, you're going to struggle to change for yourself and serve for yourself in the future. Do things for you. One of the other points that I want to mention is this. So we're going to be encountering a lot of perspectives and figures in life that we're going to admire, love, be obsessed. But one of the most common thing that is mistaken as being yourself is copying other people, plagiarism, copying and paste. So if I see someone that I really admire and get inspired by, what I'm not going to do in order to not diminish my own personal qualities is going to copy that person. So that brings me to the point, even though you may be exposed to a lot of perspectives, you gotta synthesize it and come up with your own stance and be confident in your own commentaries that you form. In English class, I believe this is called synthesis essay. You don't get a point if you restate a claim from one of the sources that you read. You have to come up with your own stance. Nice analogy, right? So choose what you internalize. And one thing, people are flawed. So even though you may find a figure that you are inspired by, you don't have to agree with everything that they say and do. For example, I really, really love Pete Burns, and he inspired me, but am I going to be obliged to agree with every single thing that he has done and said in his life? Absolutely not. And this is why it's important to have an open mind, question things, and believe in yourself, and trust your own guts, and trust your own claim. Again, do things for you. And this brings me to my last point, which is a quote that I incorporated from the person that I mentioned, Pete Burns, an English singer who's a great inspiration for my life. He said, "I do things to please myself. I don't do things to please anybody. And if anybody's pleased by what I do, then it's a bonus." And I incorporated this quote because I believe that he really executed the message that I'm trying to deliver today. Thank you so much for listening, and that's about it.